Oh, they be watching. They definitely be watching. Fellow political commentators on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, keep it going because they be watching. On Thursday, March 6th, 2025, I put out a video that included this commentary. Republicans are bulldozing our Constitution and destroying our government and our society. They don't care about optics. They're not trying to work with Democrats. They're not trying to kumbaya. They're not trying to meet middle way, halfway. They're not trying to negotiate in any way, shape, or form. But that's what a lot of the Democrats and Hakeem Jeffries are trying to do. And it will never happen. We know that the Democrats have the minority in the House. We know that they are not going to be able to get things done without bringing on board Republicans. We know that. What we are saying is Republicans are not looking to work with you, Hakeem Jeffries. So we want to hear you be loud. We want to hear you resist. We want to hear you take the skeletons that's in their closets and bring it to the forefront. We want to hear you going at Republicans. We want you to expose all of their political dirty laundry that they got going on behind closed doors. We want to hear you repeatedly in front of news cameras talking about how they have plans to cut Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. We want to hear you talking about how they plan to implement that. We want to hear you talking about it on repeat. We want to hear you continuously talking about the felon. We want to hear you continuously talking about how the people around him are destroying our democracy and are violating our Constitution and how they are breaking the law. Every step they take, we want to see you, Hakeem Jeffries and Democrats, in front of the cameras calling them out on it. We don't want to hear you talking about kumbaya, let's work together. We don't want to hear that shit. That shit makes you look weak because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then Hakeem Jeffries put out this video.
I'm here in the office, just finished up a telephone town hall meeting with my dynamic sister, our Attorney General, Tish James. And my team informs me that some far-right extremists have introduced a resolution to try to throw Democratic members of the House off of our committees. That resolution is going nowhere. You ain't throwing no one off of any single committee. These people are malignant clowns. Andy Ogles is a fraud. A complete and total fraud. You aren't throwing anyone off of any committee in the House of Representatives. Don't make me expose you to folks who don't know you.
This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. This is what
More of this, Hakeem Jeffries. More of this. You know why? Because they're not following decorum. Whatever precedents y'all had set, whatever rules of decorum that y'all had in place for hundreds of years, they're no longer following that shit, Hakeem Jeffries. Turn that hat backwards and recognize that whatever you got, you may need to expose it. And you need to get the rest of the Democrats on board. Okay? All bets are off. They've been rolling over you for a decade now. For a decade. And you're going to have to realize that this one video may not have them shaking in their boots. So you may have to expose some shit. You're going to have to stand 10 toes down in whatever it is that you got and expose it. Be ready to follow through. This shit that's happening on the other side will only be met with the same fever, the same temperature, the same comeback. Fight fire with fire. All of that niceness, that shit is over. More of this, please.